Live here at ISRL Esports for our second and final weekend of the short series. Today, I'm ISRL Sunik in the booth with Mavako. Mavako, how are you doing today?
I'm great today, thank you. And how are you doing?
Pretty good. Easy Sunday. But we got some racing here to do, so we're going to be at the Suzuka East Circuit for race 1 and then the Silverstone International layout for race 2. Again, one-shot qualifier for the boys, so see who can get it done the fastest here. It's a bit tricky, setup-wise. What would you do here, Mavaka? Would you aim for the straight, or would you aim for the technical S's? And I guess it's all Sector 1 to me, but what would you set the car up for this race?
This is a difficult one. I think I probably would go for the S's because you can gain a lot of time, and on the back straight you have DRS, so I'd probably go for the S's. Like a setup for Monaco or something.
Monaco is drastic, but I would probably try the same thing. I didn't think of it. I did a race here before, and I just put a regular setup on, but somebody look for whoever has the pace. We got again a mixed field with tier 2, tier 1, tier 3 drivers out there. A couple of reserve drivers who don't have a seat or maybe newcomers to the league. So as we see some people readying up now. So one shot qualifying here again for the guys. We're trying to keep track of who has the lead, but look for you guys. Who are you thinking for this one, Mavako?
I think Sweet Crown. He has definitely burnt on a victory and a pole because his last two races on Bahrain and USA were not that good, so I think he will get revenge.
Well, you got guys like Chapelele too up here. So right now it's Feral Fury, but that's just the who gets it into turn 1. See Jordan shooting up into first. It's very hard to keep track here. And Dark is right on board with Chapelele. Again, quick lap. We're looking at almost half a second.
Ooh, is that going wide? Christmas Zero is losing it.
It's looking like it's going to be Izat.
Whoa.
33.682.
He's a lot quicker than the second one, than Jeroen. On this short circuit.
Again, this track, you're going to see it's 27 laps. You're going to see a lot of guys at the back fighting to stay on the lead lap because a 33-second lap, you get caught up as we see the gaps there. In first is at Jornvisser, Chapelele, Sweet Crown, Cohen, Laparta, Jordan, Pharaoh Fury, Dark, and Sophion round out the top 10. Sophion on the mediums, same as Sweet Crown.
Yeah, Sweet Crown not a bad lap on those mediums for P4.
We got Azen, Monkey Mafia, Chris, Potgetter, 2003, Chris Zaro, Chilmo, and Mushroom round out the field. Chilmo and Mushroom invalidating their laps. And Chris, 8 seconds off. He must have had a moment. No
even as
formation
Missouri.
lap. I think this is show up to the grid, lights out, and away they go type of thing. So turn 1's going to be tricky. Patience. Field's going to fan out quick.
I think these guys will be a lot in the pain of the back runners. If somebody have a moment in the S's, they will be, I think, probably a lap down. So the first guys are probably having some issues with the back runners, I think.
Yeah, and with no safety car, I don't think... Is there a safety car? I don't believe there is.
Yep. No safety car.
Oh, so it's going to be tough. If you get those blue flags, it's going to be tough to come back after that. So look for drivers to be desperate here.
And Billy, I also noticed that you are only 4 ships away from the 300 subs. So guys, if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. We have almost 300 subs, so do that, guys.
Yeah, sitting at 296.
So only 4 ships to go.
Again, this track only 8 corners, so... Oh, there is a formation lap.
This will be good for Sweet Crown. He has a medium, so he can warm up his tires like the soft tires.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see many 2-stops here unless there's some damage to the cars. And damage will obviously play a huge role here, especially. Oh, and we've got Dark getting disqualified. Oh, gotta bring up all the stuff. Telemetry. God damn, there we go. That up. The map is just so open. Feral Fury disqualified as well. Early troubles for the guys. Let's take a look at position changes for lap 1. So again, only, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers starting on the mediums. We got Mushroom in 17th, Monkey Mafia in 12th, Sophion in 10th, and Sweet Crown in 4th. Is that on pole for his home GP? You love to see it. Oh, great. Great insight from the boss man himself. As we get set here.
Whew. You need to have a good start if you want to be in front of this.
Yep, it's all about patience here into turn 1. Let's get an onboard from Sweet Crown at the start here. And they're going clean getaway. Chappellelli all over the back. It is at from the start. Gonna look into turn 1. Nope. Neat, tidy. Huge contact in the back there.
But I think everybody is going around.
Oh, and this, who is that? Monkey Mafia and Potsgieter 2003, and there's not a damage on the Renault, I don't think, but at the front still remains the same. Is it Christian front? Chappellelli second. Joran Visser. We got more trouble in the back. Who is that?
It's Dark.
That's Dark. That's a lot of damage. Might have forgotten what track he was at. You gotta think. And he's gonna miss the pit entry. Ooh. He's surely gonna go a lap down right from the start here as the leaders already pulling the gaps. Oh, where's the position change? Let's see who has so far.
Ooh, the Jeroen Visser. I think we see a pass from Jeroen Visser on ISRL Esports. Yeah, here we go. Or
a little bit of contact.
But he made it. It worked.
Just kind of leaned on the tire there. But everybody's still pointing the right direction, and onwards we go. So far, biggest gainer is actually Mushroom, who's up 6 spots. But we get guys like Dark and Potsgieter. Oh, and who's that? Is that the other? That's. Oh, and there's Sweet Crown getting caught out just a bit. Oh no, that was Laparta, sorry. So much stuff going on here.
It's crazy.
Yep, DRS, we're already on lap 4. This race will go by, again, almost 40-second lap time, so expect this race to last no longer than 20 minutes here.
I need to say that Isaac is really on a push lap or on a push stint. He is already 2 seconds in front of Jeroen Visser, so I think that Isaac is really quite comfortable in this short version of the Japan circuit.
Yep, he's 2 seconds. I think Joran Visser is actually pulling the gap away from Chappellelli. Sweet Crown slowly reeling him in. We'll have a tire advantage sooner or later.
Again, a yellow flag on the end of the start of the straight. It was spot heater again, so I think that is kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna just retire. That's
unfortunate.
He would have been 2 laps down at the end of this pit stop, but ooh, and Joran Visser's around, got caught out on the grass.
No.
He's able to keep it out of the wall, but ooh.
No damage. So it is again a big get for Isaac. Now he has 3.4 seconds on the guard behind him, and we see Sweet Crown on the inside. Wow. I think those mediums will be good, and ooh. Are the softs already fading away at this moment of the race?
There are only got a 5-second penalty.
And Aizen also have 5 seconds of notice.
Aizen got booted from the lobby, so that might have been his AI causing a bit of a... Oh. He's retired.
Maybe
right?
we see a pass from...
Doesn't have a look. where is Visser all the way down in 10th now after that spin. He is going to have a lot of ground and a lot of traffic to make up. So Fion 2 hasn't really moved from starting in P10, just kind of sitting there waiting to see how pit stops play out. But again, Sweet Crown looking to get the position down into turn 1.
And also Laporte is joining the fight, I think, with Sweet Crown and Chapelele. So maybe we see three-way fights for P2 and P3.
And all that's going to do is help Izat just keep pushing into the distance. Already a 3.8 second lead and growing to 4 seconds as I say it. Chapelele saving his ERS for the straight because he knows if he could just get an exit better than Sweet Crown here. Yep. He's just keeping that gap to the point where Sweet Crown cannot have a look down the inside without risking it himself. So
it's a short straight.
Ooh,
so
locks up a bit into turn 2. Double apex. So we see Jordan in the pit.
And Kuhn is also getting some pressure, setting some pressure on Perfulis. I follow him now one lap and he is thinking to maybe have a look at the straight where he is going to have a look now. Let's see. Will he make the move?
He is all over the back of him coming out of the final corner, but then just cannot get the better run because of, obviously it's got to be some sort of aero wash across the nose of the Mercedes. He just cannot get that exit. And like you said, the short shoot down into turn 1, it's just not enough.
But Sweet Crown now, Sweet Crown is all over the place. They're already side by side, exiting the last corner, so we will see a move from Sweet Crown. Yeah, here it goes. And I think he will stick it in the inside. Yes, he does. Okay. Quite a good move from Sweet Crown.
But is that, crucially, 4.8 seconds up the road. Sweet Crown will go longer on this stint than everybody else. Same with Sophion, who's up into 7th. Everybody else, let's get the tire details up here for you guys.
And Kuhn is still on the back of Fury. And again, they are exiting the last corner. Maybe we now have better exit. A little bit on the grass is left front. Let's see.
I don't think he's gonna. Same thing as Sweet Crown and Chapelele. These guys are on the same tires too, so. Oh, it's a huge lockup for Farrell. It's gonna give Cohen just. And again, where is he supposed to go into these S's?
There's no place to go side by side.
Daring. I'm not saying it can't be done. It's just.
It's difficult, really difficult, but. Just the last corner, he doesn't have the pace to get right behind the back of Fury.
Chapelele into the pits. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be one. We're already close to the halfway point. This is pretty much halfway. So the medians for Chapelele, he will go to the end of the race barring any damage. Mushroom up into 6th after starting 17th on the mediums.
Mate. No, Kuhn is just, he can't get enough, close enough with Fury to make a pass. Maybe now are they both going into the pits? Maybe you will have a faster pit stop?
Not likely. You would have liked to have seen one of them try to undercut or overcut there. Now you're just going to come back out and just be in the same situation as before. It's just with medium tires.
Oh, okay. On my screen, Kuhn is setting still, so. Nah. It's going to be an extra.
Pit that promotes Sweet Crown into the lead, and Sophion in 2nd. Mushroom up into 3rd.
Ooh. Who was that? That's Kuhn and Jeroen Visser, who is maybe making a little bit of contact, exiting the pit.
Jeroen Visser was running up in 2nd when he had the spin. So he's eager to get back there and fight. Coming up on Chilmo ducks to the pit.
Ooh, Jeroen Visser is going in the inside of Fair Fury now. Can he stick it in the inside? Here you go, side by side. Not making any contact. They're still side by side. They're going.
Ooh, a little bit of contact.
Bit.
That's going to open up for Cohen. Oh, and there's a lot of contacts. And Cohen comes out worse for wear on that. Nothing he could do there.
They just touched tires, I think.
2 into 1. It's not going to work.
And Sweet Crown is in the pits.
It's going to promote Izzat back into the lead. And Mushroom into second. But Mushroom yet to pit. Trying to go as long as possible on those mediums.
Ooh.
Right now, everything. Ooh. And then calm down. You're trying to track down Pharaoh Fury. And Cohen's out. Is that? Oh, he's just retired in the pit after the incident.
And Mushroom is in the pits. He will go also from the mediums to the soft.
Yep, let's see where he comes out. Dropping down to 7th. He is going to lose a bit of time.
Ooh. Ooh, what's this?
Out in 9th. Not sure if Azen's reconnected, but...
Look at Sweet Crowns. I think we will see a move from Sweet Crown on Chapelle.
Oh, it's already happening right here.
Chapelle has the ERS to fight with it, so maybe he can defend it. Sweet Crown on the inside.
Oh, and he goes wide and gets a penalty for it.
What do you think? Will Sweet Crown catch up on Isaac on this new soft set, or will Isaac just cruise away with the medium tire that he has in the lead?
I would like to believe that Sweet Crown can track him down, but it's going to be tough towards the dying laps of the race with the tire wear to those softs. But, as we said last week, anyone could do it, but Izzat did hold off Josh for the win at Bahrain. And that bit of a weird back and forth those two had. Sweet Crown not taking out the time out of Izzat that you would like to see. It was barely a 10th that last lap.
But now he's in the S section, so he will probably have some more grip and some faster pace on this new soft tire than
lost time to Izzat. He lost about 3 tenths, 4 tenths to Izzat.
That's a little bit strange. Maybe Isaac Kush, his setup is made for these S's.
We said someone may do it, go for a higher downforce setup. That's pretty much it. You're in Visser still trying to track down Pharaoh Fury, but nothing coming of it yet. They're still gaining on Laparta.
All the rest have gaps from around seconds. There are not quite a few battles going on this track. It's only Sweet Crown and Chapelle within the seconds, and Jeroen Visser and Pharaoh Fury. So not that quite of battles on this stage in the race. But hopefully we will see a move from Jeroen Visser on Pharaoh Fury.
Well, they do have the DRS from Laparta, so they're both equally gaining onto 4th place, and if they have the pace to get... Ooh! Jeroen Visser gaining a ton of time. A Pharaoh Fury catches a bit of grass, corner entry, that could hurt him, but again, we don't see passes in the S's as we saw earlier. Cohen's race coming to an early end.
Maybe he will run out to the DRS zone of Laporte, but no, he's in the 1 second gap that he needs. But Jeroen Visser is really low on ERS, so he does not have the ERS to fight it. And this is Pharaoh Fury in an advantage to defend it. Again, a lockup from Pharaoh Fury, so it's not feeling quite comfortable on this medium. Jeroen Visser is right at the back on the S section.
And Laparta doing a very good job defending from the DRS attack from behind.
It's basically a DRS train from 3 cars. I think Jeroen Visser will not have a look on Pharaoh Fury because he have also DRS Fury from Laparta. And look at the gap from Sweet Crown. it's just 2.6 seconds. I think 3 or 4 laps ago it was 5 seconds. So
Yeah,
maybe we will see a move.
Not sure what's happened to Izat. So we're riding on board with that battle with Feral Fury and Johan Visser still remains the same. The gap, they can't track down Laparta, but Sweet Crown is gaining on Izat for the lead. But running out of laps. 3 laps here. We got about under 2 minutes left for this race. Again, the battle wages on between these 2 drivers.
How are they on ERS? Laporte has 70%, Feral Fury has 26%, and Jeroen Visser has only 10% of his ERS, so...
They're at a stalemate.
It's quite low. Ooh. We see Laporte trying to weave a little bit, trying to break the toe and the ERS.
Feral Fury catching a bit of curve. Visser's dropped back.
This is the only fight at the moment on the whole circuit right now. And do we see a spin or a pit stop? We see a pit stop from Aizen. I think. No, he just won around.
He's just getting the lead car just seems to get a better exit. Feral Fury is closing. I'm not sure if we're gonna see the
side by side.
Finally, after laps, could have picked a better time as we got 2 to go.
Maybe Jeroen Visser will now have a look on Laporte because his run down to the SS was really bad because he was fighting with Feral Fury. Maybe we'll see him already going a little bit
don't
wide.
want to touch the grass there as we're on our final lap. Izat has grown the gap back to ahead of Sweet Crown by 3.3.
Oh, here goes Jeroen Visser. Nee, here goes Laporte back again on Feral Fury. Side by side, what's gonna happen to this tree?
Someone's gonna have to risk it here. It's gonna be Joran Visser on the outside. Turns to the
No way.
Ooh.
If he's take that, that's a move of the race. Oh no!
Oh, and you hate to see that on the last lap. We see Chris Cesaro spin it, but it's gonna be Izat with the win. Sweet Crown P2, Chapelele P3, and a hard-fought P4 for Laparta. Joran Visser getting P5 after the risky business through the S section there with Feral Fury. Sofian will take it from 10th up to 6th. Jordan in 7th. Feral Fury ultimately in 8th after fighting for P4. He had P4, had it at the beginning of the last lap. It just didn't end that way.
You need to say the move
ISRL Mushroom.
You need to say the move from Jeroen Visser was quite impressive around the outside of the second S's. So, the second turn of the S's.
You love to see it, folks.
Whew, it's quite impressive.
Izat Kush with his second win on track, as we saw him beat Josh but lost to penalties. Lost to Coda. The Coda track beat him as he was disqualified on penalties, and then winning it here in Japan alongside Sweet Crown and Chapelele. We'll run you back through the order. It's Izat Cushion first, Sweet Crown second, Chapelele third, Laparta, Joran Visser, Sofian, Jordan, Feral Fury, Mushroom from 17th to 9th. And 10th is Chris rounding out the top 10. Then we got Chilmo, Aizen, Chris, Narazuro, Dark, Monkey Mafia, Cohen, and then in last, in 17th, Pot, Glitter, 2003. Struggling with that one, I really am.
It's a pot heater.
Yep.
Try to say it like that. Pot heater. It's a Dutch word, so don't blame it.
I will continue to struggle with
But
that one. But your thoughts on that race?
so after that race, I now have a look on the standings, and we see like Isaac Kush is now a win, so he has up to 40 points. So his total is 73. But the likes of Joss Possession, Danny Boy, they are 1, 2, and 4th place in the standings. They are not participating to this race, so maybe we see Isaac Kush winning this tournament. But
Uh,
also we have Jeroen Visser on the 4th place, so it's man, maybe we will see some fine battling between the two of us, between the two of them for the championship.
well, we got a great track to end it here. We have the Silverstone International Circuit, which is a 9-corner circuit. Pretty much 2 straights mixed in with a bit of windy bits there. You get the first sector of turns 1, 2, 3, and 4 normally like it is at Silverstone, but then we veer off and just go directly towards the hangar straight. Pretty much we're just taking away sector 2 of Silverstone. So you get the main straight and you get the hangar straight, but the hangar straight will give you DRS, probably the only passing opportunity here. Turn 1 without DRS, we had it for 1 year and not any longer, but penalties may play a part here more than they did in Japan, because in Japan it was, you track extended, you were most likely getting caught out and pulled into the gravel pit, but here there's a few bits. I'd say turns 1 and 2, probably turn 5 the most, and turn 6 will catch these drivers out, especially with the compounded track. So predictions?
This is a tough one. Again, what car setup do you choose for this one? Do you try and choose some car setup with low downforce or with mediocre downforce?
I think I'm just using my Silverstone setup.
Yeah, I think I will go for a little less downforce because you have, well, let's have a look. You have 2.5 straights that you can go flat out. So yeah, it's a difficult one. But my predictions, I think we will see the likes of Isakush, Chapelele, and maybe Sweet Crown again.
Oh, 100%.
It's
Is that Kush obviously going to be a name that we're going to be saying throughout this race?
all out.
Well, you never know with Mushroom. This is his home GP, and we just saw him go from 17th up into 9th, so
Yeah, and also maybe if Jeroen Visser did not make the mistake, he will end it up higher in the classifications. So, it's a tough one.
for certain. Oh, we got Eklund in here as well, so we have a newcomer Eklund who is in Tier 1. Let's not rule him out either. Surely he'll be a top 5 start in this race.
Are you talking about Ecklut?
Yep.
88? Ah, okay.
Yes. He is new to the Tier 1 lineup for our Season 4. Alright, again, one-shot quali.
So, are you again going on the mediums like Sweet Crown did in Japan, or are you going for the soft?
I'd personally take the mediums, but
Yeah,
that's just a personal
I.
choice. I want to be faster towards the end of the race.
But you don't have any safety cars, so if you are going a long run on the on the medium, you don't will have an opportunity to maybe have a safety car and make a free pit stop.
That is a good point.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see what a lot of these drivers do. Again, some of these drivers have the pace to be able to get a top 10 start even on the mediums, such as
No,
the Tier
that's
1
true.
guy, so it's easy for them to do.
But maybe we will see then the likes of somebody in tier 2 and tier 3 making just big steps and going for that maybe P5 position if the rest is going on medium. So it's quite, yeah, it's quite a difficult strategy.
Decisions.
Decisions, right, that's the word.
As we get set, bit of a lull here. We have a lull between action, and then all of a sudden there's just 18 guys on the track at once. There we go. Who's going to get the early advantage coming out of the exit of Abbey and Village? Oh, Izat's already invalidated his lap, so it will not be him. Feral Fury. Oh, and who is that? Mushrooms in a barrier. It will not be him. Right now, Chapelele, Laparta.
Old Kid.
What you said. Jorn Visser. But who can get it through Stowe and Vale and just nail the exits here? Sweet Crown has invalidated and retired. He will start 17th alongside Mushroom, so good luck.
So if...
Oh, and he's gone super wide and managed to... Look at...
That are close qualifying times.
Yes, Chapelele went super duper wide off the corner exit there.
Ooh.
But I guess it works. So look at the Renault I can't.
Pot seated.
2003. I have not yet seen this driver race, so that impressive pace by him in the Renault.
I'm doing now some quick maths, but I think if Jeroen Visser gets a good podium, gets a good points this race, he maybe will be the champion, and he is on the medium, so maybe this is our champion that we're looking at right at the moment. Of it's Jeroen Visser.
Yep, it's ready to the top 10. I think that's all I'm gonna have time for. Chapelele P1. Pozzietta 2003. Eklund said it. 3rd, Laparta 4th, Sophion 5th, Jorn Visser 6th on the mediums, Dark 7th, 8th is Chris Azuro, Jordan 9th, 10th is Aizen. They'll all be on the softs except for Jorn Visser. I'm not going to get to them, but the rest of the field, we'll see who starts on the mediums there.
So yeah, maybe we will see that Jeroen Visser is quite slow at the start, but at the end of the race, he will be flying and maybe gets the fastest lap and maybe P1. So I'm quite excited for this race. There are a lot of opportunity, and also Sweet Crown and Isaac Kush are right off the back of the grid, so we will see a lot of overtaking opportunities from these two guys.
Yes, advantage to the guys up there in the front.
And maybe, like you told, we will see some great driving from Eklund 88. So, yeah, there are a lot of opportunities for this race. Who is going to win? Who is going to stand on the podium like that? Who is going to crash? So, let's have a look.
Yep, it's all about that run into turn 1 as we get set for the formation lap. It's gonna be patience into turn 1. It's such an easy corner to not know where the driver next to you is and try and take it too deep, or just get a little bit of understeer up into the guy next to you. So let's look at the tire selection so we can see who is starting on what. There we go. And just at the back of the grid, we got Sweet Crown, Chris, and Izat all in the mediums. Feral Fury, Monkey Mafia, and Jorn Visser. And Chapelele is on
mediums.
He did that lap on a medium.
Oh, I thought he qualified to soft. What?
I'm confused. I thought he qualified on the softs.
I will have a look back.
That's strange. Yeah, I don't... And we see Izat and Sweet Crown both get disqualified. Probably some contact between the drivers, but it doesn't matter. They're already back at the grid.
No, Chapelele did his run on soft. I see it on the stream right now. How did he get to medium?
I don't...
No. Wow. Okay, let's have a look.
Maybe he knows something we don't know.
Maybe.
Alright, we are set. and they're off. It's a great start from Schiaparelli, even on the mediums. But the rest of the field, let's see, this is very telling. Everybody threw clean.
Wow.
What I can see. But I don't want to speak too soon. Cars fan out all over the place in the back, and there's contact with Cohen into Sweet Crown, I think. Oh, and who's that? That's Feral Fury with end plate damage. But at the front, Schiaparelli on the illegal mediums.
We can call it like that.
Yeah, I don't... Oh, who's the... That was Eklund in the back. Almost losing it on the corner exit. Saved it. Joran Visser up to 5th. And who's that? Ghosting up ahead. Up, I think. Yep, my timing glitch. Yep, I have a little bit of a timing glitch, but... Parked all over the back of...
Oh, we have yellow.
Who's that? That's Chilmo. So he's going to drop back. It's not like Japan. You're not going to lose a massive amount of time. It's a bit of a longer lap here. The Park are looking to try and take P2. Not able to get it. Look at these guys at the back here. The gaps are close, but I don't want to sound like a broken record, but no DRS yet, so right about here.
And we see already a penalty for Isaac.
Yeah.
They're not quite the start that he wanted, I think.
No, but these, everybody right here fighting, like there's a 4-car blanket party, essentially, for P2. Oh, these drivers got... See, I told you, a lot of these guys are going to get it on the corner there, but look at Joran Visser all over the back of Sofia, but can't get it done. Leparc looking at pot getter.
Oh, Joran Visser almost around the inside of Sofian.
All this is just helping Jordan gain back the time lost.
Is this a switchback of dreams from Jeroen? No, not yet. It was a good opportunity to make a switchback of dream.
Now a lot of these cars trying to get involved in this battles. We see from second down to Eklund, and even Azen getting involved too. Oh, and who is? Lord has Sophie on his.
Well, I saw that I was on his home board, and suddenly he was straight into that wall. Ooh.
Oh, Mushroom. Cheeky there with Sweet Crown, but Sweet Crown gets by. That was, I saw it out of the corner of my eye as I was just, that was a massive impact.
It was massive.
Okay, with no safety car, this is not going to help anybody.
So,
Feral Fury is already a lap down. That's unfortunate for him. But I'm sure he'll get that back when everybody pits, but he is on the soft, so I don't think he's going to be able to go to the end here.
Yep. And I'm quite impressed about the pace of Azen. He is getting alongside with the Tier 1 boys, and we see a beautiful move from Eklund to Dark on the end of the back straights. Quite a good move. Oh, and who is that? Is that Isaac? Or is that, who is that?
I believe that was Isaac who spun around. I believe he's the only Williams driver. But back to this battle. Oh, and who's that? That's Dark off, and that's Dark heavy into the wall. Ooh, he's lucky to be going still, but he is going to suffer. He has no wing left on the front of that Ferrari. It's just the nose. Joran Visser all over the back of the park. Ooh, too deep.
And also, Enkelund is all over the back of Jordan. So we have two close fighting.
Oh,
we see that Jordan is a little bit. Are they going side by side? Do not like Albon did on Magnussen. Going side by side.
Amazing.
A good move from Enkelund.
George just slots back behind.
Again, a yellow flag. I think it is for Dark. Yeah, for Dark. Oh, nee, Jeroen Visser. Nee, who was that? It's Potgieter. Potgieter is off. He was running in P3 of P2, I think.
Oh
But he
yeah,
is
he's
off.
off. I don't know if there's any damage. Look at the get swallowed up. Still can't see the front of that Renault. Yep, that's heavy wing damage. He's gonna have to pit here, but he can make it to the end on he could do a hard. I'm not sure, but we'll see what he opts for. He's running up in second. That's so unfortunate. And speeding. You saw that one coming.
I think he is not quite happy of his 2 races in the
Nope.
short series.
He has the pace, not the luck. But
Maybe
again,
the
the front,
note
it's still the
getting in.
same. Jorn Visser. Is he gonna get the move done here? Almost has to get it done here.
Yes.
That's the move done unless Laparta has anything to say, but I don't think he does. He could try and chase down
And
Chapelele.
Jordan is into the pits.
Yep.
And that moves up Aizen into P5. Quite impressed about
Good
him.
run from Mason. Absolutely.
Yeah. We need to support the T2 guys, but
Gotta
quite
show
good
love for the
for
tier
him.
3 guys.
Oh, no Laporte! What is happening? Everybody is losing the car.
Oh,
That promotes Jeroen Visser into P2.
and the
again a
tires
yellow
are on
flag.
fire. He's around again and into the side. Oh, Monkey Mafia had nowhere to go there. It's not his fault. I don't see... His wing doesn't look to be damaged, but I don't know what his on-screen display would say, but visually
Aizen is
nothing.
into the pits. Aizen pits.
Yep, that's going to promote Sweet Crown up into 4th from the back of the grid. Again, not a lot of
Yes.
penalties being suffered.
Oh, but we see a lot of spin of guys at the front.
Oh,
Ooh,
and there goes
we see-
Mushroom. Was that him coming out of the pit, or...
Yeah, he
Yep.
was coming out of the pit.
And is that trying to chase down Cohen here on different strategies? See Dark get a penalty. His race has just gone from bad to worse.
Ooh, good exit from Isaac. Did he already
Absolutely.
pit? I think he already pit. Isaac.
Nope, he is not. He's on 9
Oh.
lap old mediums, but around the outside
Oh.
he goes. Those softs, you gotta imagine Cohen's gonna be ducking into. No, he's not. He's gonna continue on. Really stretching those softs. See the
So
Eklund's
you
into the
thought-
pit to get off the softs. He's gonna be going to the medium. Sweet
So you
Crown now
told
promoted
them-
to 3rd.
Fastest last sector for Isaac. And you told that Isaac is on 9 laps mediums, but you are already 11 laps in this race, so he may
Oh, he
have
might,
to make a pit
yeah.
stop at the beginning of the race. So
Yeah, he's
quite a
yeah. I have the stops thing on my screen. It says he hasn't stopped yet, which is weird because you're right. It says 10 lap, and he's not a lap down. So I guess the game's confused, but at least we
as
know.
always.
Oh, Sweet Crown's amping it up here.
The only guys who are in the DRS range are Jordan with Aizen and Laporte, Spot Heater and ISRL Mushroom. And Pot Heater is on the hard tires.
Strange decision. Oh, he
Ooh,
gets
he
a
almost
bit
lost his-
loose. Here comes Mushroom.
Come on, Mushy. Take him. No,
It's got to be moved done for
they're going
Mushroom here. He's
side by
gonna.
side.
But
Ooh.
what a move from the Dutchman around the outside to keep the spot.
Ooh, you
But
guys go
Mushroom's
Mush.
obviously gonna send it into the corner. Leave the room. Respectable. Good clean racing. That's the stuff you
Good
want to see
fighting.
from Mushroom there. Giving respect. Showing respect back.
That's how everybody needs to do it in league racing.
Some more than
Ooh.
others. Jordan chasing
Who's that?
down Aizen. Again, still Aizen in the top 10, so been a good run for him. Let's take a look
And
at
he
the
already
position
pitted.
changes. If I can find it. Hey, look, Chris. Chris is up 11 spots. Has he pitted yet? Not
Speed climb,
sure.
speed climb.
No, Chris has not pitted. He's been on the mediums from the start. So, biggest gainer is Chris and is that actually Sweet Crown with 14 spots, both of whom are in the pit. Chris will continue on and will be promoted up into what looks like third place. Zero Officer takes a penalty, but it's been all Chapelele at the front. He is yet to make a pit stop in a weird
Oh, we
error.
have yellow.
Oh, who?
I think it's a Ferrari.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
confused.
it was the Ferrari of Dark who made the spin.
Can we see a move from Jordan here? I don't think so. As Azen gets just getting the better corner exit onto the straight here. Jordan not able to.
He has a lot of ERS. He has 50% and Jordan has 10%, so he is literally giving everything to pass Azen.
The gaps seem to have formed here until pit stops really take the place. So pretty much the only thing on track here is we got Portiquier 2003 and Mushroom. They've been line of stern for the past couple of laps, and Jordan and Azen. Is Azen gonna have a better exit here? I mean Jordan rather. Just don't think he has enough. What's?
I thought that Chapelele was held up in the pits because the top 3 runners are pitting right now, so I thought Chapelele was holding up in the pits, but...
And Jordan gets a penalty there. Let's take a look at who has the most penalties. And Jordan with 6 seconds. Mushroom with 9. And Chris with a speeding penalty and a penalty is on track. Is that slowly gaining on these guys?
We see a close
flying.
Jeroen Visser is right at the back of Eklut, but he has on new soft, he just did it, so I think we will see an advantage from Jeroen. Yeah, here he goes. Here goes Jeroen around the inside.
All the while, Sweet Crown staring at this battle on track.
Still side by side these two. Jeroen Visser 42. Late braking from... But he's take the move. Yeah, good pass from Jeroen. And now he can set his sails and hopefully catching Chapelele so we can see a fight for the win.
Sweet Crown pulling him in too. I think Sweet Crown's going to have the DRS, but so won't Eklund here on the back straight. Just depends on corner exit. It appears Sweet Crown's nailed it, but Eklund actually pulling away with the slipstream and DRS.
Who is that? It's Isaac and Azen.
Yep, and Jordan's actually made the move by him. So Azen should just try and hang on to Izak, and then whenever Izak gets by Jordan, which looks like it's going to be right now actually, so advantage can't go to Azen here.
Ooh. That was a little bit of a dive wrong from Isaac on Jordan, but fair enough. They do not touch, so they're good. But now Ekelund is out of the DRS range of Jeroen Visser, so Sweet Crown has DRS, and Ekelund have also DRS, but we can see Sweet Crown in the inside. Ooh, there comes Ekelund again, who is going to break the
inside here, but the outside. Yep.
It's Sweet Crown on younger shaft.
So as of now, everybody's made their stops, so these battles with about 7 laps to go.
Oh no! A little bit of contact between Mushroom and Potheater. And also Monkey Mafia is joining the fight. Here goes Mushroom. Whew. Yeah, almost touched. And Monkey Mafia is... Oh, we have yellow, but Monkey Mafia is branded. Here comes Mushroom again on Potheater.
Mushroom doing water. He's going for it on the outside here.
Oh, Please stick it. This corner is close. No. No,
Oh,
mushroom. Man, that corner is tight. It's a difficult corner. So, oh no, mushroom is doing some donuts. Okay.
he's got the grass on the tire.
Easy mushroom.
Whee!
Okay.
Well,
No. Ooh, oh, Chris. Ooh, what a save from Chris. He completely lost it around the first corner, but he saved it huge. Whew, okay, go ahead.
oh, good looks. Didn't realize. I was still on board with Mushroom, who just despite the woes, yeah, there he goes. He's gonna retire. That one could be chalked up as a racing incident. Both drivers trying to pit two cars into an acute corner. Just it was never gonna work, and both of them going for the same piece of land wasn't available. But Sweetground
And
closing the gap on Eurovisor, and Eklund still able to keep with them, and is at 5 seconds back.
Chris almost lose it again. He is really drifting that Porsche India around the circuit to catch Koen. Or
Oh, you mean
maybe we
Aston
will.
Martin?
Yeah, sorry, my all this names that this car already have. So the Aston Martin.
Azen gets a penalty. Ooh. Chris really driving everything, throwing it at Cohen here. Oh, and who's that? That's Feral Fury with a flat tire.
Who?
Oh, and he's missed the pit. He has to go
Oh,
all the way
no.
around. At least it's not a rear, but this is going to feel like the longest lap.
If Lewis Hamilton can do it, I think Fury can do it also.
Yeah, but one of them had a 20-second lead, and the other one was an 11th.
That's also a fact.
You got what happened there? He stopped early on in the race because of the wing damage, and he's been on the softs since the beginning. And I mentioned he was going to have to pit, but he just chose to. Oh, here we go. Oh, bravo. See if you can keep it slowed down here and not get a penalty to compound the woes. All right, there you go. Lucky he's not doing the super slow in the pit with the flat, but Eklund's still within a second of Sweetcrown. Sweetcrown just not gaining. Go ahead.
Chris is going to make a move on Koen around the inside. Will he make it stick? They're going side by side. And yes, Chris passed Koen.
Tire advantage goes to Chris here. He's been wheeling that racing point around for the past few laps, trying to get by him. Finally gets it done. Other than that, our closest gaps. Still these two drivers, but we'll see if Chris can pull the gap here, if he's going to get caught back by the DRS. Cohen's made a good point to stay. Just depends on his exit. I just don't know. Chris is obviously going to be pushing. Don't think that's enough.
So this
bringing penalties back up. Yeah, if Eklund can stay right here, he could potentially be taking P2 as long as he doesn't take a penalty.
So
Chill Mo now with
have
24 seconds of penalties, nearing disqualification.
The only fight on the track at the moment is Koen and Chris. But you need to say we have a lot of fighting this race. We are already in the, I think, yeah, Schiaparelli is in the last lap, so this race also flown away. Flown away.
Yep, it was from the lights. It was really never in question who the driver was to win this race. Sweetcrown takes another penalty that's going to compound the race results even more. But I
So
think
I
he'll just
think.
end up fourth because Izat right behind them has 6 seconds. But it's gonna be Chapelele taking the victory at
Already. Well,
Silverstone handedly by 9 seconds, plus the 3 seconds. You can say that's a 12-second gap to second. Just depends who's second gonna be. Oh, and Eklund just
ooh.
missing out, but
Oh.
the podium is his. Izat in fifth. Jordan coming across the line now-ish. Jordan sixth, Azen seventh, Chris a hard-fought eighth. Cohen's gonna cross, but penalties will bring him
Ah.
down. And last to come around is
Potato.
Force. Yes.
So yeah, that's it. That was the last race of our first short series from ISRL.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the points, but is it looking like a Jorn Visser?
I think I will have a look.
Yeah,
Do you know what Jeroen Visser did on the Japan? Japan?
I have
I
already
think.
forgotten.
Tu. Let's have a look.
For Chapelele,
So
take going 2 for 2 on the day, and just
if
I think he's ready for
Jeroen,
season 4.
I think he did it.
Fastest lap as
So
well.
I think Jeroen Visser is our champion, if my calculations are right, because Sweetcrown is only P4 and the last in Japan he did not have a good. Oh no, Sweetcrown finished second. Whew.
Well, let's run through the order real quick. Chapelele first, Jorn Visser, Eklund, Sweetcrown, Izak, Kush, Jordan, Azen, Chris, Laparta, Cohen round out the top 10. Then Potgier, yep, 2003, Monkey Mafia, Dark, Chris, Nerazero, 14th, Feral Fury 15th, Chilmo 16th, Mushroom 17th, and with that devastating accident, Sophion unfortunately didn't finish the race in 18th place.
So I finished my mathematics skills and Jeroen Visser is your champion of this series. So congrats Jeroen.
And congrats to the Haas driver of this week. Not sure what he was last week, but
I have the standing from last week. He was P3 overall standings.
wow. So good results from him. Unfortunately, some of the drivers couldn't make it, but he was consistent throughout. So that's going to do it for our short series here, as this was the second and final week of this. But stay tuned, as next week preseason starts for season 4 as we head to the Sochi Autodrome to get things kicked off. So make sure you're watching and staying tuned. And as we said before, just looking for 4 more subs to get to 300. So if you're watching and you're not already subscribed, make sure hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and as always, as I was ISRL Esports and Mavako with me in the booth. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. See you.